I'm calling from England, the UK. I'm hearing you talk a lot of smack about our fighters.
What's up?
How are
What's
you?
going on? What you want to talk about?
Yeah, basically,
You better not.
mate, you can't. I don't think you understand. Fury and Billy Joe Saunders, they're from the gypsy community in the UK, right? These guys get discriminated against more than anyone. You do not understand the level.
I am informed.
Okay, so you've been informed about that.
Yeah,
So when you
there's
talk
gypsies
about-
in the UK. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like the only community that can be openly discriminated against. They're like people openly talk shit about them, and it's accepted. And this is cultural. It's awful, mate. Honestly.
Yeah,
So
people
when you
deal
talk
with that
about
in the
these guys
UK.
being-
People deal with that in the United States all the time. But
I
yeah.
know. I know. I've seen it. I've got family in the UK, but I mean in the US. But the point I'm trying to make is, you were talking about a lot of black fighters getting discriminated. Yeah, it happens.
Double
I agree with
standards.
you,
Yeah,
but
double standards.
yeah, it's double standards. But when it comes to Fury and Saunders, I mean Saunders, I don't know. I don't really know. But Fury's had it tough in the UK. He didn't. He should have been an Olympian for the UK. He would have been a gold medalist for the UK if
And
he
why
fought
wasn't
in the
he?
Olympics. Because he's a gypsy. Simple as that.
So
didn't
he
even get-
couldn't
he
go
didn't
to
even
the
get-
Olympics because he a
He got
gypsy.
overlooked. They didn't even give an opportunity. They did not. He was the champ. He was the amateur champion. They did not even give him an opportunity. That's how bad it is in this country.
So okay,
So,
I got a
with
question
gypsies-
for you then. You could inform
Yeah.
me. You probably know it since you're from the UK. Now,
Go on.
so all right, you say so. As far as Carefoot, is he a gypsy too?
Kel Brook.
No. Carefoot.
I don't know who that is. Who's that?
That's the guy that came out that provided that Tyson Fury claimed he provided him with a wild boar when he failed the drug test.
Oh, mate,
Carefoot,
I'm
he said
not- listen,
he said
listen,
that
I don't
that
have any.
okay. Well, the Carefoot is the one who said when you talk about when I say double standards, it's the fact that when Tyson Fury came to the United States and ESPN did multiple documentaries on him, you have to understand where I'm coming from. Because if you go back to my previous split decision episodes, I gave Tyson Fury all the credit in the world. If you don't believe me, go back and watch Split Decision.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Go watch Split Decision episode 23 and 24, just to inform the public. But let me tell you this. So when ESPN did a documentary on Tyson Fury, they claim he went to the depression and all of that, and he fought it and he came back. I respect that.
Yeah.
And I believe I give anybody a second chance. I don't care if you're a fighter. I don't care if you're a human. You deserve a second chance, right? So I was informed on Tyson Fury failing a drug test in the UK. But I was like, you know what? He should get a second chance. People make mistakes. Ain't nobody perfect but God. Humans make mistakes. So it's okay if Tyson Fury made a mistake. So Tyson Fury failed drug test. Don't bother me. It do bother me, but it's at the end of the day, people make mistake. So like I said, it's a learning experience. But my problem with that is, hold on, let me finish.
Cool.
My problem with that is when ESPN did that documentary on him, they didn't mention he failed the drug test and he was facing a ban. And then after 2 years of fighting the case, he beat it. They didn't talk about like why he went into depression. And when you kind of not tell the whole truth, people can't get the message out of the story because we wonder why Tyson Fury went into depression. People was like, man, if you beat Klitschko and you became like the best heavyweight in the world, why would you go into depression? Like it didn't make sense. So for the message to be great, because Tyson Fury came back and you know what I'm saying? He had a great story. For it to have a great message, they have to tell the whole truth and say, hey, listen, he made a mistake, he cheated, but now he learned from his mistake. Like, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Okay, let me just look. So when Fury won against Klitschko and became the heavybweight champion.
Yeah, he failed the drug test before that. Okay. He failed the drug test before that.
Yeah, I heard about this. It's a bit of speculation. It's not no one's got the actual facts on that.
Oh no, he failed. He failed. The B sample and the A sample came out positive. with Okada. But ESPN didn't report on that. As far as the documentary, they made it seem like nothing happened. Like they didn't mention that at all. And I'm just saying, I understand y'all trying to boost this man and all, but sometimes for you to get the message out of this story, and like a good message, this is a good message. Tyson Fury made a mistake and came back and did his thing. Yeah. For the message to get to the youth, they like, oh man, drugs ain't good, but Tyson Fury actually made a mistake and came back. It's a great message, but you took the message away from the story when you claimed that he beat Klitschko and he went to depression right away. What kind of message can you get from that?
Let me make 2 points, right? The ESPN thing, I think ESPN probably didn't mention it because they're looking to make money. They want to make as much money out of Tyson Fury as they can. It doesn't benefit them to talk about drugs. No, you'll never hear any of these guys talking about drugs, cheats, because they want to make as much money as they can. The second point I want to make is about basically when Fury got back to the UK after beating Klitschko, he did not get a hero's welcome. He was that all that was happening was media was getting on his case about previous things he said about, you can look up that, you can do your research on it. The media got on it. The UK media he was not.
That's
accepted.
After what? That's after what?
After he beat Klitschko. After he beat Klitschko, he was not accepted in the UK.
Yeah, but that just happened at the time. That just happened at the time. You got to remember that it just happened where he failed the drug test, so he was supposed to get that work anyways. You're supposed to go through the motion. Okay, I made a mistake. I'm going to learn from it. Sometimes you do. Like, I'm not saying that there's no double standards against gypsies in the UK. I like Tyson Fury. I like what he brings to the boxing game. But I'm going to call it how it is. I'm not about to lie. I got to do my job. So if my job is to report somebody failed the drug test, if I like the fighter or not, I'm going to report it. Like, it's my job. You can't hate the messenger. Hate the message. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, at the end of the day, ESPN
I understand your point.
ESPN,
that's
like,
politics of boxing,
yeah, that's the politics of boxing. You hating me because I'm doing my job. I'm keeping it a buck. So what am I supposed to do? Be part of the cover-up?
Listen, no, I'm not saying that, but you have to, like you said, all I wanted to say was give credit where it's due. Tyson Fury is an unbelievable boxer, and he boxed the face of a Wilder. Simple as that.
Go watch Split Decision. Episode 23 and 24.
I will do.
And like when there's the whole playlist, there's a whole playlist. Yeah, there's a whole playlist. So it ain't like you ain't gonna be able to find it. I'm gonna actually leave the link in the comment section below too for the videos. So go watch them so you get where I'm coming from. I even criticized ESPN for not having him higher on the pound for pound list after the victory. But all I'm saying is, in the past he did have questionable things. So if that's the past, okay, let's talk about the present. And I don't know how you feel about the glove, the glove scandal.
I don't agree with that.
So that's a huge question mark on that. But like I said, instead of talking about it, they choose to not talk about it so they could contain it. But you can't contain it when the glove controversy became bigger than the glove gate itself. Then not the glove gate, but then the actual gate for the fight. Like, everybody that knew about the fight knows about the controversy, but they choose not to talk about it because like where it's smoke, there's fire, and that's all I'm saying. So if they could explain, what
advantage are those gloves? I don't see the advantage of what you're saying. The glove situation to me is just a conspiracy theory. I don't see any proof.
When you say, okay, well, you got to go, okay, how you explain the glove rotating in 90 degrees?
Well, listen, it's irrelevant though. It's irrelevant.
Well, how is it irrelevant? That's a fact.
If you analyze any boxing match, you could find.
Listen, mate. Listen, mate. I understand where you're coming from, but you have to realize that I've never seen a glove rotate 90 degrees when a fighter throw a hook, and I challenge you to show me. So if you could show me a fighter throwing a hook and the glove rotating in 90 degrees, then so be it. Show me, and I'll make a video and be like, I apologize. Show me where that you could see, like, I seen Tyson Fury fist almost sticking out of the glove punching. So you could tell me that, what's the advantage of this? Joey Spencer, a fighter, a PBC prospect, stated that he fought somebody in the amateurs that did that in Detroit. So all I'm saying, if you don't have the answers, then you can't say,
But
you
you
can't
don't have
deny
the
the
answers either,
allegations. If you can't prove the allegations wrong, then apparently the allegations are true. Then
innocent until proven guilty. That is the law that we go by.
and sometimes fighters on the hope list, most of the times fighters on the hope list are, even if they're guilty, they get proven innocence. That's all I'm saying. So I'm saying for Tyson Fury, if he's innocent, all he have to do is prove his innocence. That's all we saying. He could physically explain. He could demonstrate in the gym. Look, that's how I did it.
Listen, I think the point I'm trying to make is, I think you're targeting a guy that he shouldn't be targeted in this way. Tyson Fury is a great. Trust me, this guy will go down. He'll be up there when his career's done as one of the greatest. Trust me.
When you say targeted, I don't know. What do you mean by that? Because, like I said, I don't target anybody.
Said some good things about him, but listen.
Like I said,
Wilder got outboxed. Simple as that. You've got to accept Tyson Fury.
You don't have
if
you don't listen, mate. If you 1,000 times better than your opponent, you don't have to cheat. Allegedly, you don't have to. Because you could wear a fair fight.
And he didn't cheat.
Errol Spence retweeted the glove sticking out, like the hand wrap sticking out of the glove to Max Kellerman and ESPN fighters. Steve Cunningham said that Tyson Fury, cheated. George Grove said Tyson Fury left hand wasn't all the way in the glove. So this is not speculations that I'm just coming out of my a-hole. These are facts that I provided the evidence for. So all I'm saying is, you sound like you don't like the truth. You don't like to hear the truth. So if the truth hurt you, that's not my fault, Akhi. I'm just doing my job.
Okay, I mean, we're gonna have to.
If you could deny the allegations, I'm giving you the opportunity to. If you could deny the allegations,
if his hand isn't fully in the glove in one picture that they've got, I mean, what can I say to that? I can't. But
can you logically explain why? Can you logically?
He still got outboxed. He still got technically. It was a masterclass. Dominated.
Yeah. Well, that's why. That's the issue right there. When a fighter takes, like, for example, if a fighter takes steroids and he wins, you'd be like, oh well, he still got beat up. Well, the purpose, this is not about Deontay Wilder. This is what you need to understand, mate. This ain't about Deontay Wilder getting outboxed. This is about Tyson Fury cheating in a sport that you could kill your opponent in the ring.
Okay. But is there any definitive, and I'm talking about definitive proof that he cheated and he had, I didn't see any plan to cheat. He was already winning 3 rounds in, and when are you saying that his hand was slipping out of the glove? Wilder had lost that fight by the end of the 3rd round. He was never coming back.
Well, he did it from round 1. It don't matter.
Well, I don't know. Is that when his glove was off? Round 1? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I mean, like, so
I wouldn't say that's necessarily an advantage, having your glove slipping half off your hand.
It's an advantage when you punch in bare knuckle. It's an advantage when you give your opponent a false sense on the distance between you and your opponent. It's advantage when you punch in your opponent bare knuckle with your own fist, and Tyson Fury come from a bare knuckle family. It's an advantage when Tyson Fury known, and actually Mark McDonald, a referee in the UK, I believe, or Germany, one of the two, the fight before Klitschko, he busted him, tampering with his glove as well. This is not allegations. Even Tyson Fury, listen, Tyson Fury own sparring partner came out busting him, tampering with his gloves in sparring. Like, come on, man. It's too many facts in front of your face, but you don't want to face the truth. You choose to let your emotion block your vision. But God bless you with a vision of your eyes, and you could watch the like, if you could explain the allegations, go ahead. But you don't have the answers to the allegations.
I can't explain all these allegations.
So you can't deny them then. Why are you living in denial? Face the truth. Face the truth.
Until I see it come out of someone's mouth.
Who?
He, categorically.
A champion said that. A champion said that. Errol Spence retweeted it, the truth.
Yeah, but Errol Spence tweeted.
Steve Cunningham displayed how Tyson Fury cheated in a 5-minute video. Steve Cunningham displayed it in a 5-minute video. That's your issue. Tyson Fury failed a drug test in the past. You don't want to talk about it. No. Like, at the end of the day, mate, you just don't. You hate the truth and it's hurting your feelings. But sometimes you gotta face it. Like I said, your eyes are useless
So
when
who is
your
the number
mind
one
is
heavyweight
blind.
Who is the number one heavyweight in the world right now?
It
Please.
was Tyson
Please.
Fury. It was Tyson Fury, but
Who
now
is it then?
he
Who
messed
is
up
it?
the reputation.
So, okay, let's talk about why Deontay Wilder has been ducking Dillian White for the last 2 years and did not give him his chance.
First of all, he was supposed to fight Dillian White if Eddie Hearn agreed to give him Anthony Joshua next. Eddie Hearn said absolutely not. He didn't want to agree to that. He told Dillian White, listen, let me state the facts. Hold on. Let me state the facts. You asked me a question. He told Dillian White, all you have to do is sign one fight with Al Heyman, and you will fight me with that one fight only. Since you're a free agent, he said absolutely not. He told Dillian White, all you have to fight is Luis Ortiz. Dillian White said, hell no, he old, he ain't nobody. But now he fighting a Povetkin, a cheater instead, who's 40 years old. So it's like, oh, you criticize one fighter for being old, but you fight another fighter who's old. So like I said,
I agree.
So I'm saying he ducked. You're talking about a guy that ducked Luis Ortiz himself. You're talking about a guy that actually didn't want the fight with Deontay Wilder. He's just clout chasing. So I don't know what kind of news y'all be following in the UK, but man, I think they got y'all. I'm telling y'all, they got y'all programmed not to hear the truth. So y'all need to follow Akhi TV and new media because apparently y'all follow a whole different system. Okay, so tell me why Dillian White didn't fight Luis Ortiz and avoided that fight.
But why should he? If you're the mandatory, why should you have to fight someone else? He'd already earned his position in.
He was never the mandatory. Brazil was his mandatory, and Deontay Wilder slept him.
No.
Dillian White failed the drug test.
Check that again.
Dillian White, Dillian White, I don't know what's going on in the UK, but he failed the drug test when he fought his last opponent, or not the opponent before that. And guess what happened?
Guess what happened?
And guess what happened?
They let that go.
Oh, why is that? Why is that? Because Eddie Hearn got that. He got everybody in his pocket in the UK. So all I'm saying is Dillian White, he ain't doing himself. He failed the drug test. That's one thing. Second of all, he ducked Luis Ortiz. Third of all, Deontay Wilder gave him more than one opportunity to face him. And he turned down, he avoided that fight. So what is you talking about? What news news outlet y'all follow in the UK?
If you earn your spot in a position and someone says, okay, I'm going to put another goalpost in the way, why would you agree to that?
What is it?
I'm going to put something else in the way. Why would you agree to that?
To agree to what?
If you earn your position as a mandatory challenger, and then the champion says, "Okay, go and fight someone else," then I'll give you your spot.
No, he didn't. If he would have earned it, he would have fought him. It's the WBC who ranked Brazil above him.
For 2 years.
Brazil was the mandatory. What is you talking about? Brazil, check your facts. They lied to y'all in the UK, man. Y'all need to check y'all facts because you talking out of your opinion. But opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one. When you speak facts, it trumps any opinion. Brazil was the mandatory, and Dillian White was not.
You're wrong.
Yes, you're wrong. But I'm saying Dillian White after that failed the drug test, and then he got kicked off the rankings again. But all I'm saying is he had more than one opportunity to fight Deontay Wilder. He had an opportunity to face Deontay Wilder by signing one fight deal with Al Heyman. He said, hell no. He had an opportunity to face Luis Ortiz. He avoided Luis Ortiz. You have no explanation for him ducking Luis Ortiz. So, mate, that's 3 topics I knocked you out in. Well, great talking to you, though, man. At the end of the day, it's been 20 minutes, man. So you got to call in next show for me to talk to you now. Come on. I keep appreciating it.
No worries. Take care, man.
Yeah, call in again, though. Hey, again.
You don't know shit about boxing.
Hey, y'all people in the UK.
Akhi, I'm not gonna let you do my British brother like that, bro. I hate to destroy you. Nah, I'm gonna have to destroy you, dog.
You got 1 minute because I already talked to you.
Who is a more dangerous fighter? Alexander Povetkin, 2-time gold Olympic medalist, fought against some of the best fighters, destroyed David Price, destroyed all these guys, versus Luis Ortiz,
David Price?
Man,
everybody knock out David Price.
All right, Pulev, Olympic gold time medalist, has a belt, WBA has a belt. What belt does Ortiz have? Nothing. Did he even qualify?
What belt does Povetkin has? What belt does
He had
Povetkin has?
WBA. He had the WBA.
Povetkin does not have the WBA.
He had the WBA, and Dillian White was the mandatory for Deontay Wilder. But we all know
Povetkin got the
world boxing corruption.
Hold on.
The WBC let him get away with it.
So
and let me tell you one
Stop trolling, man.
Summer,
Hold on. You're talking too much. Hold on. So you saying the WBA, Povetkin is the champion right now?
He was the champion in the past.
When?
He has a history of being a world champion. Does Luis Ortiz ever hold a belt, or did he ever qualify for the Olympics? Yes or no?
Man, listen.
Yes or no?
Povetkin failed.
No.
Listen, he was supposed to fight Stavern.
No.
And listen, so Povetkin was supposed to fight Stavern. So Povetkin was supposed to fight Stavern. And guess what he did? He took steroids. And guess what happened after he got busted? Stavern said, hell no, I ain't fighting this dude on steroids. And flew back to the U.S. And guess what happened? Povetkin fought a replacement with steroids. That's the kind of corruption that's going on in Russia. That's the kind of money that's backing him up. That's the 40-year-old guy that got knocked out by Anthony Joshua, that got knocked out in the past, that lost on more than one occasion, I believe. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure even David Price hurt his ass. But peep this. So, Dillian White, he preferred to fight my man Povetkin, but he don't want to fight Luis Ortiz. The only guy Luis Ortiz lost to was Deontay Wilder, and he gave him hell in both fights. So quit capping, man. Camacho, I'd have knocked your ass out like 5 times in one day. Like I said, at the end of the day, I reached so hard, y'all could pop an arm. But let me let Camacho. Hello?
Hey, bro.
Say your last piece. What do you got to say to that?
Okay. Dillian White has been the mandatory for Deontay Wilder for years. Deontay Wilder had WBC, the World Boxing Corruption, the solo.
Dog, I ain't about to repeat my conversation I had with him. I said,
right.
Dillian White.
In the summer of 2019, Dillian White beat Oscar Rivas, a top 10 fighter, and became
with steroids. And he got kicked out of the ranking.
He got cleared.
What happened? What happened to the B sample?
You got your facts wrong.
Oh, but I know that. I know he got cleared.
Baby.
But after 3 months? After 3 months?
It's just facts, baby.
Hey, welcome to the boxing corruption of the UK. Welcome to the boxing corruption of the UK.
No.
Billy Joe Saunders, Tyson Fury, Dillian White, they all failed the drug test. So like I said, at the end of the day, this man claimed he don't want to fight. He don't want to
just fight White.
Look, Dillian White only explanation of not facing.
Wilder doesn't care about drug tests. Wilder fought Luis Ortiz, and he's taken steroids before. Why can't he fight Dillian White?
He was about to. He was about to because he fought Tyson Fury instead. Who's better, Tyson Fury or Dillian White?
Yeah.
Who's better, bro? Huh? You sound stupid as you speak because Tyson Fury better, bro. Man, he fought Tyson Fury. He was trying to fight Anthony Joshua. He tried to fight Dillian White, and it was Eddie Hearn that said hell no. And it was check your facts. Dillian White again is the man who told Eddie Hearn that, hey, I don't want to sign with one fight deal with Al Heyman. I don't want to fight Luis Ortiz in order to fight Deontay Wilder. And Deontay Wilder, last mandatory was Brazil. So check out facts. And like I told y'all, again.
You don't know shit about boxing.
So on to the next round because I'm over here talking to trolls. But I don't got no other people to call in that got the cojones to debate. So, of course, I'll take whatever I could get at the end of the day. All these UK fans, they can't face the truth. But the only other side of the truth is the lie. They rather make up lies. They'd rather lie. They would lie when you could, don't everybody believe in Google? Don't everybody believe in Google? Google that shit.
To this day.
Talk to me.
I heard everything you said, bro. Basically, the truth separates. It don't bring people together, unfortunately, man. And we're in the time of information. And, these decals act like they can't open up their web browser and, type in and look up information, man. They want to ride. They want to ride. They want to ride on their side. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to look up information, and they don't want to accept, what's fact. You know what I'm saying? I'm just tuning in, bro. I'm just tuning in. But I gotta support you, bro. You my dog, man. I gotta support my dog.
Appreciate it. You already know.
Look, bro, I know it's boxing, but man, I want to ask, are you good, bro? Like, everything okay with you, man?
Man, I've been busy as hell, man. I had to do a delay, you know what I'm saying, on multiple projects I got going on because I've been so busy, you know what I'm saying. Family come first, you know what I'm saying. So I ain't even hit you up yet. So I've been busy.
I know, I already know, bro. And look, that's why, I gotta support my dog. I gotta support my brother, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, got to, bro. And like whenever you get a chance, man, tell Professor Nels, bro. I'm sending positive vibes to him, bro.
Yeah, he gonna be here next episode because I was trying to call him in today, but I had technical difficulties.
For sure, bro. But look, man, I want to tell you too, bro, before we get back into this boxing, nigga, I salute your grind, bro. You know what I'm saying? Going through all this bullshit and you still putting up a lot, man. So the least y'all motherfuckers can do is appreciate the content. You know what I'm saying? Smash the like button.
You already know, do that. You already know that. Appreciate it, for real.
Got you, man. Absolutely. So look, bro, like, what was the last part you was talking about? Because I called in. I ain't even look. I just called straight up.
Oh, yeah. So, I had a couple decafs, but I already bodied them. Like I said, I got a lot of decafs on my record, but I don't even count them because they decafs. Dumb casual ass fans that don't know ish about this sport. Talking about there's no double standards in the sport, so we're gonna play this for them.
Wow. All right. Let me touch on that.
Hey, real rap. Yeah. They said that there's no double standards in boxing. They said, I told them, hold on, real rap. Let me inform you on this though. So I informed these fools. It ain't April Fool, but I informed these fools that listen. I told him. So you telling me Lomachenko, them erasing his loss on ESPN on more than one occasion, erasing Tyson Fury's track record, erasing, Billy Joe Saunders willing to fight Andrade when he takes steroids, but when he clean, he turned down the fight, and they don't say nothing about it. All these double standards, and they want to talk about, there's no double standards. Tyson Fury, he a gypsy. They hate gypsies. Oh, well, if that's being hated, I want to be hated too. If that's how it's being hated from the Hope list. So you telling me being hated on the Hope list is, getting your track record covered? Is that what you telling me? So go ahead and speak on it, real rap on him, freestyle off the dome and go off on these decals. Hey, go raw, because I got to keep it respectful. But you could go raw.
I got you. Look, let's not forget about Dillian White's beat sample, you know what I'm saying, while we dropped it out.
You already know that.
You know what I'm saying? Let's not forget about that.
That shit went missing. That shit went missing.
Hold up. Let's not forget about Jimenez. They let Jimenez fight for Sean Cruz, knowing damn well that was possibly a transgender on PEDs.
And please let me time in, real rap. This fool Camacho called in last episode talking about the WBC is the World Boxing Corruption Organization, going off on the WBC, but now all of a sudden there's no double standards in the sport. They got this fighter right here from the Hopeless cheating, and they know it, and they still claim her as the champion after failing 2 samples, the A and B sample for steroids. But he called in claiming there's no double standards in the sport. That speaks something about him. That speaks he part of he part of the cover up. He part of the racism. If you cool with racism, you ain't better. If you tell a man to sin, then you a sinner as well. But go ahead, real rap.
So look, let's get into it, man. You had touched on
Split Decision, episode 29 is over with. I appreciate all my Akhis. Subscribe below. If you're trying to get smart about the minute, if you're trying to get dumb about it, send to these decafs, aka dumb casual ass fans / old media that
You don't know shit.
they don't know shit,
You
bruh.
better not duck
Real
me,
talk.
son.
He ain't lie when he said that.
better
So
not
all my
duck me, son.
haters, I got a question for y'all. I really got a question for y'all. Why y'all hating? Y'all call in, y'all tune in, y'all comment, but y'all hating. And all the people that be talking ish in the comment section, I see y'all talking, but I don't see y'all calling in. And guess what? Like AB said it.
They call me the problem.
AB said it best. Anybody can get it.
Africans, Americans, Dominicans, Mexicans, anybody can.
So with that being stated, I appreciate everybody. Appreciate Rare Rat, OG Swag, everybody in the comment section, all my Akhis. And at the end of the day, the only other side of the truth is the lie. So when the truth is spoken, the other side is nothing but a lie. So yes, there's two sides to every story. So do y'all research. Like Deontay Wilder said. Google that shit. Google the facts. I want to thank God for the victory, you know what I'm saying? All the above. Pound for pound, #1. All the above. Y'all know what time it is. What's understood don't have to be explained. And I'll leave y'all with this. Please tell me why you always hating.
Damn, I'm looking good. I bear witness, there's only one God, Allah, and Muhammad is his final messenger. That's what I said, Larry, on the Boom fight. Thanking you.
I was gonna rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lynx is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander.